This is the afternoon edition of the Weather Xtreme video. This is for Tuesday, the 15th of December, 10 days before Christmas. James Spann, everybody wanted to see a little sunshine here. It's been awfully gloomy lately, and I think we can break through on that tomorrow. Let's go to some of the Skycam shots. First off from Mount Cheahaw. Now, this is about 2 o'clock this afternoon. Still cloudy, still some light rain, and they are still, of course, in the clouds up there, which is fairly normal for that elevation. But Birmingham looking better, and what are those guys doing up there on the roof? See a couple of guys down there in the lower left, up on the Daniel building. And look at that. You can tell those guys are cold up there. It's getting sharply colder as expected with falling temperatures, but the rain is gone for Birmingham. And from Tuscaloosa, still cloudy, and they had a little light rain up until the lunch hour, but even there, the rain is pretty much over, and we do expect gradual clearing tonight. Look at that subtropical jet stream, STJ, blowing right across the deep south, trough passing north of us. A new storm blowing into California and the west coast out there. Pick at the numbers. We talked about temperatures falling in the 40s this afternoon, and by golly, they're doing that. Look at Cullman, Haleyville, Muscle Shoals, all at 46. Birmingham down to 52. We should be in the 40s by probably 4 o'clock and certainly by 5 o'clock. And that north wind is very brisk out there, and you can see where the air is coming from. It is really cold up north. Even at midday, these are at 2 o'clock this afternoon. I see some spots down around 10 below zero sitting up on the U.S.-Canadian border. Single digits down into Nebraska and Iowa. And the freeze line, that red line, is down into Kentucky, Missouri, and even North Oklahoma. Oklahoma City barely above freezing now. So it's going to be sharply colder in coming days, and especially over the weekend. I think colder than what many people think, especially the computer models. Here's the radar coming from Maxwell Air Force Base at 2:24 this afternoon. Still raining lightly, even in spots almost up to Interstate 20, even in St. Clair County, but all of that will be ending soon. The most widespread rain, like we have seen for days, has been down south, and goodness gracious, look at those storm totals. This is suggesting 5-inch plus amounts. In fact, some spots nearing 7 to 8 inches, really over 8 inches. Parts of Monroe, Conecuh, Escambia, Butler, Covington counties down in South Alabama, Coffee, Dale. We did get one report from Monroeville of 7 inches of rain down there this morning, and it's been raining since then. And check out these images from Bruton down in Escambia County. That's basically downtown is to some degree underwater this afternoon. It is a big mess down in South Alabama. Watch warning map. Flash flood watch is still up. Louisiana, South Mississippi, South Alabama. Winter weather advisories up in the northwest, and rain for the next 5 days. This is valid through Sunday morning at 6 o'clock, and this is suggesting, again, the heavier totals down south. The bullseye near Geneva, 1.7 inches. Amounts up this way about a quarter to a half inch, and we might have to think about inserting a chance of rain now on Friday, as you'll see. Look at modeling. This is the 12Z GFS at noon tomorrow. The core of the westerlies are up north, so the really cold air will not be delivered down here in a big way. It will seep in here. It's going to be very shallow. There's the surface chart. The surface high is south of Chicago. And in dealing with shallow cold air, models often don't do a good job, and JB has dropped the high for tomorrow into the upper 40s, and I think he's right. But the good news, the sun will be back. We'll start the day probably around 30, a high in the upper 40s. Thursday looks dry. But we note our new wave in the Gulf of Mexico. And yeah, Friday, you can see energy coming in from the west in the upper levels and down below. The surface low is now farther north on this run, south of Fort Walton Beach and Panama City. And by golly, that easterly flow on top of that thing is pushing moisture into almost all of Alabama. And I think that's right, considering the history and the fact that this is an El Nino year and all of the things we've seen so far. I just think you have to mention a chance of rain now late Thursday night and Friday. No doubt about that. Don't know if it rains all that much. The heaviest rain should be down south, but a chance of rain, yeah, let's put that back in. Now, Saturday, that storm pulls out. Colder air moves in. Don't think we get out of the 40s. And Sunday, the cold air stays in place. And I wonder if on both of those days, areas north of Birmingham might have a hard time getting out of the 30s. It's going to be a cold weekend, but a dry weekend. There's a look at the European on Sunday, and you can see that cold air just coming right over the pole down through Canada, down into the United States. And with all of that cold air lurking up there, you got to think Christmas could be pretty cold here. Let's see what the GFS looks like. This is Monday of next week. Look at the Vortmax over North Mississippi, and could that thing squeeze out a few snow flurries Monday night? Maybe. I'm telling you, if you're dreaming of a white Christmas, all the players are on the field. Sure, only a fool is going to say it's going to snow Christmas this year, but everything's out there you need. It's a matter of phasing it all up. Tuesday, cold. Again, maybe a flake or two. This is Wednesday, and again, we've seen all kind of variations, but look at the big 1,040 millibar high dropping down from Canada, and the week looks cold. Christmas Eve, cold and dry, 540 line just below Birmingham. Christmas Day, big ridge over the western part of Canada, up and over Alaska, tapping maybe cross-polar type air coming from Siberia down into the eastern half of the United States, and down below that you can see cold air floods much of the nation and moisture in place. Could there be a few snowflakes Christmas Eve or Christmas Day? Yeah. I'm not saying it's a big snowstorm. It's a big deal, but there's some possibility out there. It's more than 7 days in advance. This is not a forecast. That's 10 days out from now. But by golly, by the end of this week, we'll have a pretty good look at that. And the end of the forecast on the 31st, end of the year, New Year's Eve. Woo, look at that cold vortex over eastern Canada. Goodness gracious. You talk about cold. That's why we think the rest of the year, the rest of the month will be cold. And we have to wonder if there could be some winter weather mischief along the way. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video this afternoon. We'll have notes on the blog, AlabamaWX.com. If you're watching this on YouTube or iTunes, the next Weather Xtreme video here by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. And if you are local to us, we invite you to watch us on television this evening, ABC 3340 at 5, 6, and 10. Again, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful evening, and God bless.
Each day there are new stories to tell about the people who live here and the place we call home.
All of the faces that I see, all of the places close to me, they're all part of all the best things about home.
Sharing your stories on ABC 3340, Alabama's news leader.